Hey, good morning, friends. It is a special edition of Clouds and Coffee. It is our snowfall edition. Um, we got a pretty good snow overnight. There's still a few flakes falling around. We got about 4 inches overnight, which is decent snow, not a heavy snow by any stretch of the imagination. Uh, but about four, maybe 4.5 inches. This storm tracked a little bit south of us, which is unusual. Some parts south got 6 to 7 inches. Current conditions here, 26 degrees, wind is calm. We've got no wind to speak of right here, which is a good thing, but about 4.5 inches of snow on the ground here. You can see they've not been down to plow our street yet. It's still pretty snow covered out there. We're going to be locked into this pattern for a while. It's not going to give above freezing, at least until next week, it looks like. It's 20, like I said, 26 degrees right now. That's going to be our high for today, going down to about 14 tonight. We're going to be seeing cold temperatures. Next storm system moves through at this point late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, maybe throughout the day on Sunday. Kat is here from North Carolina. It looks like it's probably a lot more white here, Kat, than it is where you are. You're probably headed up into at least the 40s today. And we had some activity at the bird feeder earlier today. We'll see if they pop out. But anyway, this is kind of our after last night's storm. This was a really pretty snow, light and fluffy, and you can see it hanging on the trees here, which makes a really nice picture, I think. We got, again, 4.5 inches of snow here in central Indiana. North central Indiana, I am just north of the Indianapolis metro area. I'm actually in the town of Carmel. And it is not Carmel like they say it in California. It is Carmel in Indiana. But we're still in the Indianapolis metro area. Oh, we're starting to get some activity at the feeder here. Let me see if we can come around. Oh, you probably just saw him fly away. I think he may have seen me messing through the window here. We'll leave it on the feeder for a little bit. Headed for a high of 48. Well, that's springtime weather. That's long sleeves but no coat weather for us here, Kat. Snow is beautiful, and I do much better when there's snow on the ground in the winter and it's nice and white and fluffy. I've been keeping track of the birds I've seen at the feeder so far. Not a lot. I saw a downy woodpecker, a red-bellied woodpecker, and a couple of house sparrows, but that's all we've seen at the feeder so far this morning. Everything seems to be moving kind of slowly, getting more morning. Extended forecast, highs in the 20s all for the rest of the week, in the upper 20s, lows in the teens, so it's going to be pretty chilly here in Indianapolis. But again, a very nice snow here last night, about 4.5 inches. It's that light, fluffy snow that just hangs on the trees and really makes for a very picturesque and scenic view. Appreciate everybody watching this morning. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit, just in case we get some activity at the bird feeder, because that always makes for interesting viewing to see what we're getting at the bird feeder. This is our third snow of the year, so we are way ahead of the last probably 10 years. Last year, we didn't get any snow till after the first of the year. Headed to Raleigh. I would love to hear the weather report from Raleigh. I've been to Raleigh. It's a nice town. That's part of what they call the Golden Triangle, if I recall correctly. I used to have a job that would take me to Cary, C-A-R-Y, Cary, North Carolina, back 25 years ago, which I think is Raleigh adjacent. I think it's right next to Raleigh. There is a downy woodpecker in the tree, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to zoom in enough to get him. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, he has flitted off. Again, our third snowfall of the year this past evening got about 4.5 inches of snow. There we're getting some activity at the feeder, and he's gone. He's right up in there someplace. There he is. That is a nuthatch, a white-breasted nuthatch. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's grabbing some stuff out of the bark of the tree. A nuthatch is different from a woodpecker, but their feeding habits are very much the same. Your son lived in Cary. Well, that's cool. It's a nice part of the country. Although last time I was there, it had grown up so much. It had just become a huge metro area. My name's Rick. I'm in Indianapolis. We're just doing a little weather check this morning. We got our third snow of the season last night. We got about 4.5 inches. We are well ahead of last year's snowfall. Last year we didn't have 3 snows all winter long, and here it is December the 2nd, and we've already had 3 this year. We're locked into a cold snap for the next week at least. Get a little coffee there. Up north, northern Indiana, some of those places got 12 to 14 inches. Some of the places we go in Michigan got 30 plus inches of snow. Can you imagine that? 30 plus inches of snow. That is a whole bunch of snow. And they get the lake effect. They get the wind coming off of Lake Michigan, which, of course, really affects it. By the way, my channel, I do a lot of food reviews. I posted a new food review just 15 minutes ago on my channel. If you like food reviews, if you like weather content, music trivia, let me encourage you to maybe check my channel out if you haven't already. I would sincerely appreciate that. Kat's a good friend that we have never met in person. Kat lives in North Carolina, and he has always been incredibly supportive of everything that we do, whether it's music. My wife and I are musicians, whether it's stand-up comedy, whether it's, whatever we do. Our church, I'm a pastor. Kat has always been incredibly supportive. We actually met through a TV program on Twitter called Svengoolie. If you guys know who Svengoolie is, he is a horror movie host out of Chicago. And we met on a live tweet of one of the old classic horror movies that he shows. And there is something, let's see if we can find him, see if we can zoom in. There we go. Come on, Birdie. That is a house sparrow, it looks like, so nothing too exotic, but we are starting to get a little bit of activity here on the feeders. I think all the birds slept in this morning. So far this morning, I've seen downy woodpeckers, hairy woodpeckers, house sparrows, and some crows. That's all we have seen this morning at the feeder. So it's been a little slim pickings this morning. I've been doing a lot more weather content. Greatest guy I've never met. I love that. Do a lot of weather content here. I love how the snow is hanging on the trees. I love this light, fluffy snow. I think that makes it just so beautiful. And the fact that we had no wind with this storm made it a lot easier. My wife was actually in a neighboring town last night when the storm hit. She teaches violin and fiddle lessons. And what normally would be about a 20-minute drive home took her an hour and a half to get home last night. It was crazy. When this storm hit, it was complete madness. It snowed so hard here in Indianapolis. I'm going to hang out here for just a couple more minutes. This is just kind of a quick update. I'll go live again this afternoon if we get some interesting activity at the bird feeder. But this is what we ended up with last night from the snow system that moved through. About 4 inches. Very cold temperatures coming up. Highs all this week in the 20s. Lows in the teens. So if you're in central Indiana, like I am, be sure and bundle up as you go out. And this was just intended to be a very quick live, and a quick live it is, 10 minutes, and I think that's great. We'll be back later if we get some interesting stuff at the bird feeder. A little snow every year, but 3 or 4 years have almost nothing. Yeah, we got one snow last year, Cat, and as central Indiana, that is incredibly rare. Well, we got a little squirrel activity starting to ramp up here. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. I think, is that him? Oh, he's on a branch up there. Yeah, he's knocking some snow off. If you look really close, you can see his tail wagging. It looks like he may be eating some snow. In the wintertime, we keep heated water out for the animals. We have heated horse and dog bowls that we keep plugged in so that they have a fresh supply of water. Looks like he's just going to camp out on that limb there. You can just barely see his tail. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it so much. I may be back later. I'll certainly be back tomorrow if something is going on at the feeder. If not, we'll catch you later.